This is the Wall Street. This is the Wall Street Beat Show, Crypto and Crypto. And if you didn't know, now you know, bitches. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Pause. I'm back. Nigga, Crypto and Crypto. We got these indicators. Don't be a hater or a hoe. I gotta let you know we're making Crypto and Crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. We're going on the run. I get excited when I buy crypto. I said I get excited when I buy crypto. You gotta keep your emotions. I said I get excited when I buy. It's time to settle the score. You don't want to trade crypto no more. If you don't understand that emotion, will take you to another place, and now you'll chase the red candle. Can't stand you. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Everybody buy it. Goes up really high. What's the to the moon? We're going real soon. I said it, so change your attitude.
Wall Street Pete. Sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto every single day? Going over, breaking down this crypto space. How's everybody doing this evening, Sunday? Usually a bloodbath on a Sunday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something you'd be surprised. I think we're bullish. I think that crypto is about to surprise a lot of people. I think we have seen enough, and I think that we are about to turn. I see on the 4-hourly, currently right now, Polygon, MATIC, and the daily, looking to flip a little bullish here. So we are getting a buy signal. A little bullish divergence down here. I'm pretty excited to see it. And if you pay attention to the 4-hourly, we are already in the midst of it midway through. So we'll see what happens. Volatility is where it's at. Wall Street, Pete, Signal, and Crypto. You come here every day. Tonight, Sunday night, as promised, you comment. We talk about your crypto asset. Give me the 3 abbreviations that we look for. Jasmy or the 4, whatever the abbreviations may be, and we can break it down. Obviously, in order to break it down, we must pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing. Obviously, if Bitcoin is moving, most likely that direction, that asset will be going as well. So, good evening to you all. I'm going to get myself out of the way here so we can see the screen in full. And after about a little bit of some breakdown here and some news, we're going to talk about it, and you're going to comment in the super chat. And hopefully you are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, you won't be able to come through in the super chat, and there's nothing I can do. So, real quick, Binance tried to hire Gary Gensler in 2018 for closer ties with the U.S. regulators. Could you imagine? Could you effing imagine? Thank gosh. I'm not a big fan, and I don't believe that crypto would do anything well with him at the top of that in that. So thank God, Binance. Thank God you did not get that. Pretty crazy to hear about that. I observed that, wow, Gensler declined. It's insane. He was generous in sharing his license strategy. So pretty interesting. I'm not saying he's a dumb guy. He's a pretty bright guy, but I'm not a fan. So we got some more fun in the crypto space before we go over some of this assets here. And cryptocurrency, Focus Silvergate Capital Corp. This is about 7 hours ago news. May not be good because the company has said it has made a risk-based decision to discontinue the service of cryptocurrency. So we're going to have to pay close attention to that. Silvergate suspends crypto payments network, and this is a very bad sign. But what else is new, right? We talk about the FUD. We come here every day, become a part of the wolves. Let's get to the 1.47K subscribers. That would be beautiful. So coming into the last day here, looks like Maker, the Big Daddy Shaker, KR up 8% today. So he, that or she is the big winner in the crypto space. So we're paying attention to that outside the top 100. Obviously, if you keep going, you can get a couple more and find out some of the shit coins that may be jumping around, right? We pay attention as if you bring a project. And we talked about Hello today, right? Hello, looking pretty good. Got a good buy on that. I am up on Hello. hello to that. And as you can see, we get some new coins. VThor, VChain, that's interesting off the VChain. VThor up 7.2, something to pay attention to. I kind of like VChain and the VThor. That's why we stuck to it. So we'll talk about it right now. We're going to go right into the super chat here in its chat time. Let's do it. Polygon MATIC getting a nice bounce out of this symmetrical triangle pattern. I think that we can go bullish on Polygon. We're going to see what happens here. A lot of big indicators I must see here. And we hit that $12.5 perfectly, as we said in the last video, not this morning, but last night, 24 hours ago, or a little older, we did a video saying that Polygon MATIC's really going to come and take a dump, and I hope you did take on that trade. Congratulations. We must pay attention to what's happening now. So here we are in the super chat. You can see me, and you can see the stream chat. And if you see in here, and I'm going to do it as an example, you can now chat. Let's go. First asset starting now. So let's go now. So right now, anybody who is a subscriber from the Wall Street Pete gets to type in the chat on Sundays at 7 o'clock Eastern. Yes, we are late, and I apologize, but I must have had to eat. It had to happen. So here we are, starting now. As you see the big chat, we're losing some followers. I really don't know what to tell you, but that's your problem, not mine. You got to chat. You got to comment when it's time. So I don't know if I'm getting them, but I'm looking and I'm paying close attention. The first person to comment what asset you would like us. I see Jasmy in there, but it's after the now, Gary, so I'm not trying to be ignorant. Here he is. Gary did it. So let's go. Rising Sun's got dot. So as you know, from what we do for this channel, we will be doing Polkadot next, and I have no order, no understanding of which one. So we're going to do one per person tonight. So let's be fair for everybody. If you already shouted out an asset, I appreciate it. We'll do the next one next time. Unless nobody talks, then that's a problem. Then maybe we'll do something different. But all right, so we got a little list of some assets here. First off, I just want to show I do have something happening here. We want to get the rejection for this. Once we get it, we should look pretty healthy. We'll see what happens on this pattern for Polygon MATIC. I do think that once we get through, now I told you there was a chance, couple of assets. We were trading 115, I think, time of the video. I said, be careful for the 112.5. Well, you can see that's where we're building support now and continuing to face there if we do break through 106 for Polygon MATIC. So you don't even have to say Polygon MATIC. We did a quick breakdown for you. And if we pop up, as you can see, these are some of the assets. Once we break above 122.5, we will definitely see 130 of the Polygon. So we're looking to see something like that, finishing a daily candle, 4-hourly candle above these assets or below, which will take a short position depending on where you want to go. But looking from here, we're creating new higher lows, and I do believe that that will still establish if we continue to finish this pattern the way it's been. So let's see what happens there. Jasmy, without further ado. All right. So Jasmy, I did tell a couple people I'm worrying about the 4,500. I did this. Probably we're trading all the way up about to the 7,000. I said we could come down. People don't believe it happens until it actually happens. So Sunday is the night where we usually get a lot of bloodbaths. Last Sunday we didn't really get one, but this Sunday seems like we're starting to get it. We're getting a little bit of support down here. We'll see what happens if we continue to establish it. Not a fan to see what's going on. I'm on a 4-hourly, and I'm going to do some indicators right now if that's possible. So I want to get rid of some of this and see what's going on. Let's clean up a little bit, right? We got some new TA to do. This is the Jasmy Japanese Bitcoin. So if anyone's interested, how low do we have to go to get this upward W? Well, as long as we're establishing new higher lows, we look great. Currently, right now, the only way we continue to establish a new higher low is if we continue to go up from here. So this is going to be a very pivotal point and level for Jasmy token. Like I said, we got to clean up here, but we could come all the way down to here. This would be a little bearish. I wouldn't really like this too much because then it could really create something we don't want to start. So it's very pivotal and very important that this level here does stay level here. We do finish above. Now, if we start breaking below the 49.5, as you can see, well, at that point in time, we're automatically going to see the 45. I don't care what anyone says. This price is coming. I will be dollar cost averaging in slightly because I want to be a little concerned because there is something happening that shouldn't be. Now, like I said, I do believe I'm going to get a couple indicators out. Let's see. This is Jasmy. We're going to go over Polkadot next. So this is the, if you're new to the channel, if you're just coming in, the assets we talk about are from the followers. They come in here, and every Sunday now coming in, and wow. Oh, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the daily, which is any day now, we're going to get a massive breakout for Jasmy. And what I want to say, and I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, it's looking very bearish. It's looking very bearish. So we got the top wick here. This is what happens every time we flip, and I want to show you on the screen if the yellow is down here. As you can tell on the daily, we get a nice pull to the upside. And then you get this. Unfortunately, by looking at this daily, currently right now, if the breakout is really coming and we're not flipping, we have to flip. I need to see this yellow, otherwise we're going to flip. So in the next week or so, we have to pay close attention, even maybe to Wednesday. As we're coming in, we want to see the yellow flip to the bottom here. Very important for that to happen. If we don't see this flip, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to come down. Jasmy is going to buy, have a great price buy at here, but I'm not too happy talking about that because then we're going to be in really deep shit. Sorry you might have your kids out right now, but this is what's going on. And pay attention definitely to mention right now, currently for the crypto assets, I am actually looking bullish once we come down. And I want people to understand that. Pay attention to Bitcoin real quick, and I want you to see what's going on. Let's see what's happening with this right now. Currently, as you can see here, we're getting Bollinger Bands tight. Big price action is on its way. I don't know if you understand how important this is, even on Bollinger Bands for Bitcoin, but this is the 4-hourly. So the 4-hourly is telling me that we're bullish right here. And if you notice the difference on what we were just looking at, that was so, oh, Jasmy, wow. What a big different pattern. So if you looked at Jasmy, right, what is Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin has the yellow ribbon, my exponential EMA, on the bottom. Do you see the yellow on the bottom? Well, ladies and gentlemen, every time that happens and flips here on the bottom, we are very bullish. So coming into Sunday night, what has to happen every single time we go up? Well, there's a huge some type of fall or some type of steady price. Now, let's get into it because I don't want to look at that one. I want to look at the one I was just looking at, and I have it circled perfectly. When was the last time we got some boring sideways action? This is Bitcoin real quick, just to relate, because I'm going to do this to every asset. You have to understand where Bitcoin is going in order to understand where your particular altcoin could be going, right? Some altcoins do move in the opposite direction. I have noticed that Flocka seems to move somewhere in an opposite direction. It's so weird, right? I'm sure you could agree. So we're going to sit here and follow through new higher lows, create new higher lows continuing on the 4-hourly. And that's how important the 22,400 is. Because what's going on right now, if you could pay attention in the long picture here, we could break out of this pattern. And once we break out of this pattern, I'm talking to the downside. I'm not talking to the upside. So we're looking for this to maybe happen every single time that we have gotten a jump to the upside massively, right? As you can see here, we have been all the way coming down, and it's been a nice move to the up. So what do we have to do here in order to do that? Well, if you pay attention to the history that I have circled here, and this is a 4-hourly, we're coming all the way back to January of this year, right? We're talking about the beginning of this year. We're already a quarter into this year almost, right? It's pretty sick. 75% mark of the first quarter over. So if you pay attention to this new higher low, right? January 23rd, February 23rd. Well, where do you think it's going to happen? March? Oh, wow, I'm silly. Excuse me for that. It's the 23rd of the year. January 19th, right? Let's look at the end before we flip up. That's what I was trying to show you. 2023. February, March 19th. I was trying to get closer to that time. And it's obviously right here, February 14th, So we basically are finding a pattern here. Every time we get to about the third week of the end of the month here, we're starting to get this huge massive pull, right? We're getting a downside, and then we're recovering. Downside, and then we're recovering. So if you notice, we kind of did that already for this month. And I do believe in March, and I showed you how volatile this could be. This right now has not been volatile at all. And what tells me is that people are buying, and there's a tug of war between the bears and the bulls, which is happening right now. And we're staying alive. So as soon as we fall and break below 22,063 and stay there, that's when we're going to talk about prices that we could be in trouble for. But I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does happen, it won't happen long. Why? Because every time we've had a dip down like this, we have come back. So I am believing that right now, looking at this even 4-hourly, going to the daily, it still shows that we are having momentum to the upside. What most likely we're going to stop at? It's going to be around the 23,300, 23,400. That is going to be a massive rejection on the Bitcoin price, most likely. But if we can get there and put a long position in at that time, that would be fantastic. So there are a lot of prices I have to pay attention to. So getting back, this is doing something different for Jasmy. Do look like we're getting some type of a flag. We'll see what happens if it's looking more of a bearish flag, as you can see here. So we do have to be super careful. Exponential moving average, as I said, was looking crazy here. We got the stochastic ATR volatility oscillator already up there. Let's see, what do we have up here? And I did the EMA Bollinger Bands, and as I told you, if you pay attention, this is a daily. We're going to go to the 4-hourly. I love the 4-hourly for this. This is a big one. If you pay attention to this right here finally shows you and tells you we could be flipping bullish, as you can see here. Now, the 4-hourly is very important. I watched the 4-hourly. We're finishing up with Jasmy, Gary, and then Rising Sun is patiently waiting for Polkadot, and so on. So here we are right now, and I'm looking here. We're below the EMA. So as soon as we can finish a price above the 5,500, and I'm sure many of you are very familiar with Jasmy, and like I said, we go back and forth with Bitcoin and Jasmy, because you can't just sit here and go with a price without knowing what Bitcoin is absolutely going to do. So until I see here, and this is the exponential EMA here, it's very important to talk about it, but until we break that price level, as you can see here, this is a problem. I don't see where we're going to go. Nothing but up here, currently looking pretty strong. But I'll tell you right now, the 4-hourly, but I don't think we're oversold yet. Let's see. Yeah, we're in the oversold zone. We are. Looking at the stochastic oscillator, right? If you pay attention the last few times when we were over, and now we're going to finish this. This is looking like the flip here. This is looking kind of nice, actually. We could flip bullish here. The daily, we looked a little bearish, but on the 4-hourly, we look bullish. So if you see here coming in, maybe that's what it's going to take to be bullish. So if you pay attention, we're going to maybe come down in and then pick it up. So you got to pay close attention to what Jasmy is doing. It's very important. Either way, I do like what it's doing. We're creating new higher lows, but remember, the trend is your friend until the end. So we didn't find out the trend was the end until where? We got a double top. So what are we going to have to look for? We need a double bottom. So if you pay attention to the 4-hourly, this is what I do with Jasmy. And I really don't want to give you too many tips, because then, well, you're never going to need me again, right? No, I'm just kidding. This is what this channel is for. I do believe we develop a double bottom, and here it is. This is where we're going to get it, guys. The 4,500 for Jasmy most likely gets the double bottom. And what happened, right? Let me show you. Well, let me show you what happened. The trend is your friend until the fucking end. And this was the end. I don't know how to not curse, trucker mouth. But if you pay attention, right here, that was the trend. The trend was continuous until we stopped, until we got to the double top. Once the double top pattern formed, we came down. We could do a Fibonacci sequence on this and find out if it's making sense where we're going. But right now, currently, if we're matching here, all I see is a head and shoulders pattern, which is going to create a dead cat bounce to the top here, and then ultimately around 58, we're going to come back down and reach these horrible levels. That's what I'm getting out of this. And I really hope I'm wrong, but that's what I see. So pay close attention to these possibilities for Jasmy. It's very, very important. So Polkadot's next. I want you to see that if we break these levels, they will tell you where we're going to go. You have to break above the 5,500. It's so significant. So if you don't break above the 5,500 and continue and finish a candle above there, we're not even going anywhere towards the up. So don't even worry about that right now. Right now, like I said, all I see is an inverted head and shoulders that is likely to need to happen. Currently, right now, you have the left, you got the head. Right, the head looks horrible. You got the double top. Now we're going to get a dead top here, and then it's going to come down. You're fucked. So do not buy this, or you're going to be in deep shit. Not a financial advisor, by the way, so I don't know what to tell you, but this is pretty much what I see happening. It makes total sense. Enjoy the Jasmy TA. This is what you get. So Wall Street Pete, I hope you love it, because I do. Polkadot, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get to Polkadot. I'm looking for you. Where are you, Pokey? All right, so similar situations, right? We'll see what happens. This is definitely a different situation. All right, so every night, Sunday, we usually get a new daily candle. If you pay attention to the bar here on the right, well, 7 o'clock, we're an hour late. We're not an hour late, but it's an hour from the 7 o'clock daily candle. What happens? Well, you get a new candle. We're talking about Polkadot. If anybody's interested, you type in the chat, in the super chat, and if I see your chat comment and you're subscribed, you will have us go over that on the next one. So what I'm seeing here right now, we got a new daily candle. If you could pay attention to the last candle, well, the last candle, we got some momentum to the upside, right? We've been going down, but we got some momentum to the upside. So in the last daily, in the last 24 hours, we are up 2.75% on Polkadot. So Polkadot in the last 24 hours is up about 3%, okay? If you pay attention, the last time Polkadot had a big wick, which was a hammer like this, well, it went to the upside, and what happened? Well, we're going to break it down for you. This is what we do. I love technical analysis. This is what people want to hear. This is what people want to see. Now, if you see what goes on, if you could have bought the bottom before that happened, which is going to be nearly impossible, But I want to give people an understanding. Well, you could have totally got up to here. And what happened? Well, this is very, very rough. 34% you could have gained on the polka dot move. So we're hoping to replicate something similar to that. Is that possible? Yes, it is, but we have to find out if the trend is over. So it's going to be a waste of time to sit here and talk about something going up if the trend is not over. But a similar move and something to this, well, as I'm looking here, it's going to tell me about $7.57 could be a top where I'm looking to sell out. Now, this is something important because it's giving me a similar type jump, which means that we could get something to this magnitude to the upside. But remember, one more time, we pay attention to the patterns, we pay attention to the charts. We are probably not finished going down because I do see the left shoulder here, and I do see a nice head here. Where is the right shoulder? I don't see one. This is probably not likely to be a right shoulder. Excuse me. So here, what we'll do is get a dead cat bounce, probably to 650, get a relief rally would be fake. And now you're going to want to see if you can buy your inverted head here, somewhere towards the bottom. What'll develop is the inverted. What'll happen is this will then become your left shoulder. Hopefully you don't come all the way down to here, but it could happen. $5.22. Imagine, you're going to be pissed. But if I'm correct about that, well, I'm sorry to hear that. This is a big possibility. I've done this before. I've seen this happen on the pattern, and then it developed out, and I wish I took the trade myself. It's very important, very unfortunate. So 15.24 exactly on the left shoulder. This is called, I screwed up. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm just so excited. Left shoulder right here, as you can see, right? There we go. Then here comes the right shoulder. It intertwines. What happens now is you find your inverted head and shoulders, which is at the 522. Now, this is all towards the upside. So now you get that, and then what happens is obviously nothing goes straight up. And then this is all price action, ladies and gentlemen. And then there you are. So this is what we're looking to do. I'm probably going to leave this here for all of the people who follow. Take a screenshot if you would like. Not financial advice, just a gentleman twice as nice. But Rising Sun, I know you appreciate this more and more, and I know you believe in my TA probably more than anybody. But I really believe that this is a big possibility of the what's going to happen and what's to come. So this is crypto. These are some of the things I do. I actually surprise myself sometimes. Be very, very wary of what could happen here. This is a big possibility. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong, right? We've done this before. But pay close attention to this particular move here. We're looking at dailies. It's going to take a long time for this to develop, right? Look at this. I'm at the end of March. We're talking about the end of March coming into April. That's not going to happen now. Most likely what's going to happen is this right shoulder is going to be here. And this is what's going to happen. I'm just letting you know. Probably in March. This is off by a little bit. But this is similar to what pattern we're looking for. So as you can see, the trend is your friend. It doesn't look like the trend is broken. So far, one green daily up, one green daily up. We have not broken that pattern a single time. But guess what? Here we go. Polka dot. 22 hours and 59 minutes. We can finally see. Do we get 2 days to the green side up and break that pattern and the trend? Aha. Now you're learning crypto. Now you're learning technical analysis. So enjoy these types of things. If this happens, and that does occur, then you, my friend, can sit there and say, well, this is all bullshit. Don't worry about this. That was just a scenario, and we're going to confirm that we're possibly going to get this. But this is what's happening. You cannot X that out if we are getting the dead cat bounce on the right shoulder. So the only way to confirm and X that out would be as if we surpass this price, and that would be 653. So if 653 on the daily finishes above that candle, most likely we're going to break above and go through the 670, and you're going to find that price to be happening much sooner. So these are scenarios. We get you prepared. Pay close attention. We could wipe out a right shoulder. Money could be coming in. The volume could shift through, and this pattern could be erased. But currently right now, from the trend, from this exact pattern, this is the path of where we're going for polka dot. So I hope you enjoy. Nice to see you on the chat, Selner. We're doing right now in the chat, what asset would you like Wall Street Beat to go over? So Selner, if you would like to, or anyone else in the chat right now, what asset would you like me to go over? Give me the abbreviations of the asset and we'll go over it. So we're going over Cure. Is that how you say it? Crew? Cure. How stupid do I sound? CRU. Gate.io, I like that. We'll go with that particular one. And we have Node Daddy asking for this. And yeah, looks pretty good right now. Forming a double bottom. But we must pay attention to what? A head and shoulders pattern. This is why we pay attention to crypto. This is why I love crypto so much. You must be careful, because if we were getting another big jump or an upward W to the upside, usually, I want to say usually, Usually we're a little higher. Let me see where it is. Come into here. And usually we bounce and do something like that. So I'm not really too impressed that an upward W is on its way. We're going to do some technical analysis on this in a second. Algo. So Algo I bought in January at 19 cents. I don't believe you're going to get it again at that price. What I believe is happening here, well, now let's see what's going on, because we got to pay attention to what has done this, what this has done in the past. I'm going to the weekly chart because it's very important sometimes. But if you do that and then you look at it, then you go, oh, wait a minute. Do we have enough history? And of course, well, we do. Beautiful. Guys, look at this. How much of a joke does this look? We were just looking at it, right? We're looking at the daily, we look at the 4 hourly, and we're like, oh, wow, look at all these. Guys, it's trading $1.43. I love you. When the bull market comes back, all these crazy prices that we're sitting here thinking that they're big moves, we're nowhere near them, guys. We're nowhere near them. And you know what? Sometimes slow and steady wins the race on there. That's the best asset. When they do move, you'll appreciate it. But double bottom M's, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of time. And wow, look at this asset. And I see why, crew. I see why you follow this asset. And we're going to be right back. Because why? Because I got to do something. Because it's very important now. Because we're going to find out what crew is. We do this for you every day, and my name is Wall Street Pete Sicto and Crypto, and I do hope you enjoy these videos because they take a lot of my time, and I don't mind it. But what is Crew Token? Crypto Unit. The Crew Crypto Unit token is issued on the Crypto Unit blockchain, which is developed based on the EOS code and used in delegated proof of stake consensus algorithm. All right, so one token of Crypto Unit is equal to 1 share of WCRU. Monthly cash income holders of WCRU tokens have the opportunity. All right, so I'm not going to go into it and read too long, but I just simultaneously receive 4 types of income. I just find that part interesting, but this seems like a very, very good utility asset. I kind of do like this. Why it's doing this is just pretty much what every asset did. But if you pay attention to something like this, guys, a lot of people do enjoy assets like this. And this is some of the things you could take a stab at this for the next bull run. This is one of the things you may be able to acquire, one of the things you may be able to do. A lot of people don't realize, but we came all the way down to about here, and as you can see here, 99.19% from the all-time high of where we were trading up here, 146. So a lot of people don't get it, but imagine we went the other way. You want to know how much this goes up? This would be life-changing. So we're talking about other people's assets. You can get to learn about other assets. Ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't make sense, but this is how the crypto world may work. So if we were to go on the upside right now, we're talking about 30,000% on your money. That's pretty disgusting to even have that imagination. Most crypto assets won't repeat what we've done in the bull market, but you'd be surprised where we can go. So currently right now, this crypto asset, we're going to get into a little bit of some detail. We're going to talk about it. We did some price history on it right now, as you can see. Let's get a couple crypto assets out right now. We're going to get some volume, get the Bollinger Bands out. I think I pulled the wrong one out. I did. That's what she said, right? If she said that, you better run. So here we go right now, looking at the weekly coming in, and we're not going to do that because that doesn't make sense. We're going to get to the 4 hourly. I do like to look at the 4 hourly. As you can see, this asset, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty crazy to see here, but you can buy it on gate.io. As you can know, this is the current one we're looking at for TradingView. And it's very important to go over everything. As you can see here, looking at this currently right now on the 4 hourly, we're getting Bollinger tight action on the bands, and we're getting some price action to the upside. As you can see currently right now, the Bollinger Band, we're trying to break out of this. And as the EMA is getting tighter, I would say that this is a very bullish asset currently right now. So I'll tell you right now, this is a very, very bullish asset right this second. Algorand is next. And then after that, whoever says, I think Volt is the next bull run gem. Obviously, you never know, but it looks great. So if you want us, Jacob, to go over it, you can do so. You just have to say, all right, go over Volt. But I do have that in there. And currently right now, Crew, looking at the 4 hourly, it is very bullish. And the last time Crew was bullish and flipped bullish like this, as you can see, we came all the way from 133 all the way up to just about the 150. So you got a 20-cent move here. Hello from Scotland. XTP is interesting. USA launch in the next few weeks. Eric, we actually went over this asset last month, and XTP Tap Global is actually one of my 100 times, 1,000 times gains of 2023. And you might want to go watch the asset if you're new to the channel, Eric. Check us out. The last XTP video we did, or the last few, you can check it out. We went over it in depth and talked about how important it is. And I'll tell you right now, the project is excellent. But getting over from this right now, currently talking about this, we are flipping very bullish. So actually, I'm going to find out where I can buy this. Gate.io is showing we are getting major resistance, so I do want to get rid of the indicator because I already got it for what its use is for, and it's telling me it's very bullish, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but we are getting a double bottom here as well to confirm that on the 4-hourly, and I do really like what I see. So if you are currently not involved in a trade like this and you want to take one on, well, you must do your own homework, do your own research, and check it out. This is a big deal, and Gary, we're only doing one per person. I do apologize. I hope that doesn't disappoint you. I love that you want to talk about VRA, but we can, if we have time at the end and there are no other comments, we will do it. But we can only do one per right now, just to be fair for everyone. So here we go right now, getting a double bottom. I do love it very much. A very bullish type asset. Could be your head and shoulders asset currently. So please, if you are getting excited about this asset and you don't trade on leverage, this may not be a buy for you. If you plan on holding, you could probably wait for it to come down lower. But right now, I do see a rally relief coming, giving us the head and shoulders, and we got to find the inverted somewhere down below or anywhere if we're heading in that direction. So it does take time, but I do see right now from this current asset, we are flipping, and it does look pretty strong. We will pay close attention to this going forward. But breaking down the rest of that, I want to see what's going on. A lot of people want to know where we could be going next for the asset, so we will kind of do that. It's hard to do when you do this stuff, but we will show you right here if you pay attention to what happened last time. And I've done this with XTP, and we hit XTP right on the money. A lot of people took on the trade with XTP, and they really loved what I showed, but I don't want to do this. Not this part. Hold on. Excuse me one second. There we go. That looks much better. That looks a lot better. All right, so here we go. We're going to take this asset. It doesn't always work like this, guys. It has to be a specific recipe. And as you can see, we're getting the recipe for the double bottom pattern. And I would say anywhere from here, we're going to go look at this because I guarantee you I will find resistance / support back in the day from here if I do go all the way back and backdate it. We may not find it if, I was going to say if it doesn't have the history, but bam! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wall Street Pete. Sick dough in crypto. And if you want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto, you must hit the like, you must hit the subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first time if I'm going to buy this asset, and I bet your ass, I will find a way to get this asset. We may not be too high from this current price, but I'll tell you right now, looking at this particular price, 270, it's going to take a while, guys. We're going to have to break through many levels here. As you can see right here, the level I need to break above in order to start getting very bullish is $1.86, $1.87, 187 on the mother effing you know what. So 187, guys, it's a really good easy price to remember. If and somehow we finish at 4-hourly and we start moving and grooving, if you pay attention on this daily, there would be a cup and handle that would be massive right now, coming all the way into a volume and price to there, and it would give us a nice price above. We have to break above the 187 as you can see here, and then there would be an upward W taking us to about the 270. So I do like this very much. If you want to see what a cup and handle would take you, it would be something similar to this, and this would be wild, my friends. This would really be wild. We're talking about $4.63. So if this is where it's going to take us, we'll find out. And then ultimately coming down, as you can see, we could really come down, have a trace from there back to 270 as support, which would then be another great price, but at this point in time, possibly the buying zone. So enjoy the TA on this. I'm going to leave this here for you. It's going to take some time. We could retest a little bit more lower before we pop up, but at the end of the day, if you see there's a cup and handle that could be forming, there's a lot of volatility involved, as you can see here. We could be coming back and through, and that could take us all the way if the bulls allow us to. So pay close attention to that right now. Bitcoin is at 22.4 and still rising. I'm in a long position right now in Ethereum, by the way. We're like 25 times leverage. I shouldn't be, but I am. So I do have to pay attention to that so I don't get my ass wiped. There's your prediction for that. And I am roughly right about the same price. I'm a little bit above on my price right now. So 25 times leverage has me a couple bucks up. All right, so let's talk about it. The next one we were going to talk about was Algo. So we got Algo, and this is going to be a long night here if we keep doing this, right? But we do this. This is what we do. Currently right now, talking about crypto assets. If you can see happening right now, this is a pretty bearish. I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff here. I want to see what is actually happening. OTA does sometimes run dry. And as you can see, I was telling you right here, coming up, this was the point in time I was buying. And pretty excited to be able to buy this dip when it happens. You can see when the trend is starting to flip. And as you can see, the trend was starting to flip. And now, as you can see here, the trend was over at 28 cents and 64. So 28.64, the trend has been over. And if you really pay attention, I mean, really pay attention, this is a daily. So if you pay attention to the daily, we already know, watching on the daily, I mean, we've really been coming down and not stop coming down. That's all it's been doing. So we're hoping to find this crash course to be over shortly. We'll get into the 4-hourly, as I love very much to talk about, and I did make a mess here. We're going to have to start over. I'm not going to sit here and get rid of all that slowly, so that would be a pain in the ass. Paying attention to what is happening currently right now, though, on the 4-hourly. I don't like it. It's just why we go to the daily, because you can see here, it is tough. It's really tough. We've been just coming down. So the daily is why we're on it. We can see so much more history. And like Sumner said, it's just very slow asset. Algorand does move pretty kind of slow. But if you can see here, as we pay attention, this was an old buy zone right now. So I'm a little bullish on it. I was bullish at 19 cents in January, so it's kind of not fair to be sitting here and watching these falls and people watching their gains disappear. Being ahead of the game at 19 cents is kind of not fair. But like I said, January 1st, I did get in, and it's January 10th to be exact date. And if you want to check it, you can check it all day with me. It's a good time. We have fun here. January 10th, I bought it at 19 cents. Don't tell me I didn't, because we were trading at 19 cents January 10th. So kiss my ass, CBS. And that's amazing, right? It's what we do on this channel. If you follow us, we're on Instagram, Wall Street Pete, wallst.pete. So here we are right now talking about a good buy. And I do believe that, ladies and gentlemen, as long as we can hold, and this is what's going to continue to have to happen, as long as we can hold that 19.7, and that's where we're going to need to hold. So 19.7 for Algorand, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody who is looking to buy the dip, if we do dip down towards the 19.5 one more time, you are going to be a very lucky SOB. I really don't think that's going to happen again. But don't ever say never. You already know how this crypto world works. You say it don't happen, and it will happen tomorrow. But listen, pay attention, because this is what we're paying close attention to. It is a good buy zone. Anything under the 20 cents seems to be. So we'll pay close attention to that. We do need a big bounce, because right now, as you know, what I'd be talking about on the daily, well, it is one of the massive, most ugliest double M patterns coming. We do not want to see this. If we break below the 20 cents, ladies and gentlemen, this is most likely going to be a double touch to this price of 1672. I cannot stop it from happening. 1670 would then be a possibility, because the double bottom M, if we broke that 1672, guys, I don't want to talk about it, because the weekly will show you where we've been, and we haven't been below it in the longest time. Oh my God. We don't want to sing that. I was going to sing a song fooling around, and I couldn't get it out right. Oh my God. Are we okay? Is everybody's ears okay? I was going to say, for the longest time. Holy cow. So this is what we're looking at. And what could happen here is an upward W, which is why I'm so strong on this asset. So, for the longest time. It's a lot better. It was scary when I first started. It sounded like a goldfish got stuck in my throat. But we're looking for that to reoccur. And as you can see right here, when the last time that happened, this is something similar we did. So please pay attention to what it is, how it happens. You get into the upward W's, and this is what we're looking at. It comes in. This is a much bigger one. But that's what we're looking to do here. We do have about 65 to 70% of that upward W. So we do have to get a major support bounce off here. And as you can see, there is major resistance at the 38 cents. So once this starts happening, guys, you will be pretty excited. I'll tell you right now, I know there's a lot of hodlers in here. I know people are going to say, you'd be nuts, but I'm going to sell some at 38 cents. So I'm holding at 19, and I expect to sell at 38 there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can pull it off. But as you can see clearly, and I'm sorry, did I say 28? Did I say 38? I'm probably going to get scared at 28, excuse me. I'm not scared, just taking profits. I mean, you really don't want to be silly. You always take profits because what happens on leverage, they'll disappear and your profit will go into a negative. But I am seeing some type of an upward W that is occurring. As you can see from the history, guys, when was the last time on this particular Coinbase? Since it's been on Coinbase, it has never been this low. So that's kind of concerning. I'm not saying it can't go that low, because as you can see here, we already tapped it. And that was all the way from March of 2020 before we did this major liftoff. So a lot of people are starting to understand that this is what's reoccurring. We're getting a second chance, a reset, you know, and a lot of people really just get confused when that happens. So I want you to understand that there's a lot of things that are going on. What would be the most major resistance price of all would be 68.5 cents. If you're looking at this from the big chart on the weekly, and if we ever started really coming big back on the zone, and I'm talking about coming back from like a bull run, you're going to pay close attention to something similar to this price. You would then really see major resistance. You're going to be trading in a zone for a while. I know this sounds like a lifetime away and a dream, but I'll tell you right now, for a lot of the people who are holding this, as you can see coming in, this was a major resistance level in September and August. And don't be surprised if this summer coming in, we actually start repeating this history. So my name is Wall Street Pete, sitting down in crypto, and every Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern time, when we're not late, we come live and we talk about the new daily, and we talk about these assets with what Bitcoin may be doing. Now, Bitcoin is getting a bit of a fall, so that tells me that my Ethereum trade is getting smacked a little bit. So pay close attention to what is happening. We are going to get a fall, a ticker bounce, and then a pull to the upside. It happens all the time. So let's get it. We have XTP in the house. We got Vault. He thinks Vault is going to be a good one. I already know I don't have Vault. Jacob, are you still in the house? Because if you do not respond, I don't think we're going to go over it, because there's no sense of going over an asset for someone that is not here. So if you could please, Jacob, let me know. Jacob, in the comment section, say, yes, I am still here, and I would love to hear about Vault, if you will. You don't have to write all that. Just let me know you're still here. So here we are right now looking at Vault, and I don't know if that is the price. And these are some of the reasons why I ask, because if we're going to sit here and do TA, I'm not going to do TA on something that is not correct. And this looks like a wrap. This is not correct already. We have Vault already. Holy shenanigans. So excuse me. So Vault, I do believe that this may be it, and if it's not, we do have to know. Trading 37.50, and currently right now that would be the trade. If we have Jacob in the chat, and he says, I am, sir. And Jacob, one last comment. Does this look like this is the asset that we are talking about? So if you could tell me that this is the asset, we can continue to go further. This looks pretty exciting. We've gotten some real long, boring sideways action on the weekly. This is pretty cool. Not sure what Vault really is, but I do have Vault out currently right now. And this was a stock, I thought. So I could be wrong. So you got to give me the abbreviation, make sure we got the right one. Crypto asset. Otherwise, if we go over it, I'm not familiar with this particular one. So we'll see what's going on. XTP. We can go over XTP, Eric. If you're still in here, I would like to hear from you as well. Let me know if you're still here. It might not be on there. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it, brother. I apologize. It's a used pair of the ETH. Oh, okay. I got you. Let's see if this is it. No, okay, so we can't get to it. So I apologize. I can go to the poop coin chart and I'll get it. So we got XTP. Let's talk about XTP, guys. Tap Global. Now, I've done a video on Tap Global before. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. It's very important. I don't talk about it enough, and I feel like we don't do it enough, and it's very unfortunate. But Tap Global, guys, is a very big asset. And we pretty much hit the resistance level. Pretty much hit the resistance level exactly where I said we would go. We were trading 0.008, and I said, I'm taking profits. I'm taking on this trade. I'm taking profits at 0.016. This is what I'm going to do. It seemed to have been probably the best thing I've ever done, right? I sold out. I'm not going to lie. I got very lucky that this asset did not continue to go up, okay? That's part of the luck. The fact that I sold out at the top here almost on the resistance level was skill and technical analysis. Now, the luck part is we could have kept jumping and we could have doubled this and came through to the 2.5 cent almost. But the problem is that the whales don't know much about this asset yet, and it did get an unhealthy correction. Now, a lot of people don't realize this is a healthy correction, but when people get murdered on such a low volatility asset, it's not healthy anymore. So I'm going to break down some of the things here. I'm going to clean this up real quick. We're going to go over XTP Tap Global, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit of where I think we can go and what this asset may be doing next. As we already had a couple moves that we called perfectly all the way up to there, and we did die out. It's wild how it works, right? Go back to the video, check us out when we were trading here, and you'll know you're on the right video. And I then begin to talk. It's probably the beginning of January. The first beginning of January, I talked about it. Midweek of January, XTP. You can watch the video, and a lot of us made some good money on here. We sold out here. I know we did, so this is what we do. Currently right now, they're consolidating very nicely. I want to talk about this. This is a 4-hourly, so let's get to the daily now and really see what's happening, because right now I am getting a bullish divergence, building up a nice, beautiful bullish flag here. This is looking really beautiful. We know the price is 8 cents or whatever to 0.008, so we already know we don't have to worry too much about that. But what I see here coming in as I am diagnosing, let's see what we're getting from here. We're going to break it down, dissect this bad boy is what I meant to say. I want to get precise. Let me get into this. Hold on. Wow, we've been live for a long time here. A lot of people must be enjoying, I hope. Coming in, as you can see, Fibonacci, we're going to get the little bit of some measurement here and see exactly what we did before we started coming right back through again. And as you can see, the golden pocket for this is currently somewhere in... We're right in the golden pocket, guys. We're right, and this is where I like to trade to buy back. Usually anywhere in here, and I'm doing it just because the price is as far up. But I want to show you, this is what I would have told you. Anywhere inside the golden pocket. Now, the golden pocket is anywhere from up here to the 0.1, and that's crazy because that's exactly where the price is right now. So currently in the golden pocket from this pink line, this is XTP Tap Global. This is the golden pocket. We are building support perfectly at the 38.2 pullback. Now, sometimes you come back and you touch the 50%. When you get a big bounce off there, it means we are pretty bullish. It could be back off to the races. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from this technical analysis, we hit this price for a half a second right on the money. So if I could maybe move this up and show you, we are in a very bullish mode for XTP. I really wish I broke this down sooner and saw this. We are absolutely bullish, ladies and gentlemen. And I do believe that the bottom is in for this current trend, and we are looking to dip back to the upside. So if I was looking at the weekly here, I do see something. Let's get to the 4-weekly. Wow, 4-weekly, a little bearish. Well, everything is bearish. So what I see coming from this is telling me is that we're going to get a downside and we're going to get a big pump. So if you pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, this 8.008 could retrace, come back. And when we do that, ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be a lot of buying power if it's already not occurring. So XTP Tap Global looking to do something like this. We're going to test a while, come in, get the cup and handle, and then eventually we will break up to new highs. But pretty exciting for this asset. So I am going to be looking to be buying some XTP pretty soon, guys. Looking to get back onto the wagon here. Looks as if we did that before. We did get that break, so maybe we are getting a repeat bounce here. Looking at the daily on the Fibonacci sequence, guys, looks beautiful. 38.2 pullback sitting there steadily on support. Looking to get a big bounce there, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, probably a ticker bounce first, one last hurrah, and then a bounce to the upside there. So that sounds awesome. What do we got now? So that's it for the night, guys. It was a great 46, 48-minute video. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to put some of the assets, if you don't mind. We're going to talk about it. It was Jasmy, Polkadot, Algo. So Jasmy, Polkadot, Jasmy, Polkadot, and XTP and Algo. All right, so we did those 4. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your Monday morning as you miserably crawl to work. We're all going to feel that way. I hope nobody feels that way. Guys, if you're having a rough day, you don't feel good, put on a good beat. We'll be here in the morning for you. In the morning, we'll be doing a live. Hopefully in the morning, talking about the rest of the week, how we could be bullish, and how I do believe that we will start heading back to the upside on the trend. We do need a ticker bounce. So, guys, we need to come down a little bit. Have my bag of XTP. I'm sitting on it, guys. XTP does look like an excellent buy coming into the short term here coming up. So please be very careful. We are already not bullish. We do have the next leg coming down, perhaps. But if that is occurring, we will get a huge bounce to the upside. Either way, we are going to dollar cost average into this, and I do believe there's a good buy occurring here. So Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto every single day coming from you. This guy who used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange. A lot of people don't know what that is. We used to work on the open outcry pit, screaming and yelling as you see people here. No windows. Every day I used to take this badge into work. I was so humble coming into New York every single day, as this is proof. Postmaster's return, postage guaranteed. New York, 1 North End Avenue. World Financial Center, New York, New York. Man, I miss this place. So if it wasn't for this place, working on Wall Street, learning from some of the best people, some of the best traders in the world, guys, this channel doesn't exist. I don't trade crypto. I probably don't even care about anything to do with stocks, crypto, commodities, or anything in that nature. So hope to talk tomorrow. We're going to talk about the DXY. We're going to talk about the S&P traditional markets. I want to talk about what I believe Bitcoin is doing. We're going to talk about what happened overnight. Did it look like we got a retracement a little more? Did we get the ticker bounce? Are we getting the pump to the upside? We have a triple threat coming. Dribble, shoot, pass. Which one are we going to do? I do believe we're heading to the upside. So please be very careful. Not financial advice. Just a gentleman. Twice as nice. Take care, everyone. Love y'all. Peace in and peace out. See you till the next video, my friends.